Neutral is still a cunt. Okay, here we are, brand new KTM 1090 Adventure R. It's first time on the dirt. This is going to be interesting. I'm just taking baby steps. You know, I've ridden obviously a heap of dirt bikes, but this is the first time on a big adventure bike in the dirt. So I'm going to be starting from scratch, like I was a brand new rider, I guess. For one, you know, I don't really want to crash it. I mean, it's inevitable I will drop it, but really, I just want to start with all the basics. I should really, let's put it into off-road mode, eh? Off-road mode is on. Okay, so now I've only got 100 horsepower in the dirt, and apparently the back wheel will spin a little bit. Traction control will allow it to spin a little bit, but let's not test that out right away. Let's just. So what do we got here? We've got a ditch. Nice and slow. Up here, I'm in first gear. I wonder if I can dab. It just feels really tall, and it's not that it's that tall. It's that I got a fat ass, maybe fat legs, and because the seat's wider, it just I'm on tippy toes. Whereas say Mark, you know, he can he's got much more foot on the ground when he sits on this. But he's shorter than me. And then Kev, you know, the big bastard, he's just flat-footed when he sits on this thing. But me, I am fair dinkum, tippy toes. So I want to practice at the moment. I'm just practicing dabbing as I'm riding along, just getting down and dabbing the ground. See if I can actually do it successfully, like that. Be easier if oh, this is amazing. Normally when I dab on a dirt bike, my butt doesn't touch the seat. I don't know, it just works. But on this thing, when I dab, I'm slapping my balls on the seat, which I think is quite funny. Okay, now I've got this thing, I've got a lower, it's geared lower on my full lock there. Full lock. It's geared much lower. Oh, not much lower. It's got a smaller front sprocket. But it's still. I reckon I could go a bigger rear sprocket. I reckon I could gear this lower again, and it would still be fine. So I'm on full lock there, and I'm just trying to. Oh god. You can feel the weight of the bike when you do that. This is going to be a learning curve, people. Hopefully I don't damage myself or the bike too much in the process. Okay, did I get wheel spin? Okay, my first dam bank. Woohoo! It seemed to didn't miss a beat going up there. It's funny. It feels like the revs get so low. It feels like the engine should be stalling or chugging along, but it doesn't. It holds itself pretty well. I'm going to kill myself. Or break a leg, or just really embarrass myself. Either way, it's going to be interesting. time is it? 11 o'clock. Okay, put it back into neutral. It actually goes into neutral now. It wasn't before. It was being a bit of a bitch. What are we doing? Street mode. What's sport mode? Sport mode is on. Ooh, what's going to happen now? Okay, that's actually, wow. Oh, that's interesting. I'm going to have to get used to this because sport mode, the throttle is much more sensitive. Wow, then street. That's fantastic. Oh. Alright. I love this bike. I think it's going to happen. It's going to work. It's going to work for me, people. I'm a little bit excited. I just got to remember to take it easy. I don't want to. It hasn't even done 100k yet. Jesus Christ. And this thing's got knobbies. Oh wow. Okay, here we are in the Welsford Forest around Bendigo. Some actual dirt road riding. So far on the dirt roads I've actually I'm impressed. The suspension is just very smooth. You know, it soaks up the you know, when you go around a bend on a dirt road and there's those like little washout sort of things, you get that chatter going on the some bikes, you get a chatter in the rear happening. This just soaks it up. It's not an issue at all. I actually quite like this, just slow speed, just cruising in the bush. I really enjoy it. I think and I used to do that a lot on my DR650. Just slow cruising, just enjoying it all. And I don't know. And then I sort of got a bit carried away. Started going really, you know, started going faster and all that. And then I got the XR, and then it's all about going fast. But I do miss this, just relaxing in the bush. It's my old house. I used to live out here. Dad and I built that place. Living like a couple of hillbillies. So this route I'm taking now, when I first got back into dirt bike riding, when I bought the XR 250 for Kai. So after, you know, years and years of not being on the dirt at all, I came out here and I did this. So here I am out here doing it again. It's just a track that goes I think to the down the fence line of the army barracks. Hopefully there's not too much water. I don't want to get my new bike muddy. Yeah, let's go around that, eh? It's got plenty of time to get dirty. It doesn't have to be today. So yeah, this is just a nice little dirt track. A little bit bumpy, a little bit rocky, nothing crazy at all. Actually there's some sand patches, if I do recall. But you know, obviously some obstacles like mud. just to get a feel for the bike. I feel like I'm starting from scratch again. I think we'll try and keep both wheels on the ground for a while. I'm really happy with the suspension. I mean, it's these rocks and things, usually what shakes the shit out of you. And the suspension just soaks them up. It's a very comfortable ride. Alright, we'll go through some mud, some water. There, fine, I got it dirty. Oh, let's just do it, eh? Oh, easy. Mind you, I normally jump that, so. Oh, come on. Look at all that water. There's something to be said for going slow. I'm actually really enjoying this. Normally, if I'd come through here, I'd come through on the XR650 and be screaming along, going stupid, sure getting my adrenaline fix, but I just wouldn't be relaxing. It's a beautiful day. It's green here for once. God, why not just soak it up and just take my time? I'm really liking this. Maybe I'm getting old. Woohoo! Okay, about keeping both wheels on the ground. Scratch that. I do have to be careful though. I tell you what, I got 52mm bar risers, so that's what, a 2-inch rise on the bars from stock. And you know what? I reckon that could be a little bit higher. I can still get into that attack position quite comfortably, but it's just those times when you just want to stretch out, lock out, and I know you're not meant to lock out when you're riding a motorcycle with your legs and back and everything, but sometimes it's just good to stretch. And if the bars were just a little bit higher, I mean, I can do it with one hand. Oh, stretch. But yeah, I reckon they could be a smidge higher. But oh well. Okay, see now, normally I just pop the front wheel up over this, but I think I'll take it slow. Because that's the other thing, I don't know, at what point does the suspension bottom out, and at what point do I bend the rims? You know, I know Nerb has bashed the shit out of his rims, and yeah, you know, I don't know. It'll take some experimenting, trial and error. Maybe I shouldn't worry, just, you know, ride it like I stole it. That's cool, you know. I mean, you can lose traction. I mean, I'm in off-road mode. I can lose traction in the rear. See then. So I just slid. I was in a mud puddle. I just gave it a bit. I had rear wheel spin. It slid out, but only to a point. I could imagine. Well, I know that if that had happened on my XR, all right, I would have had to have popped a foot down to prop myself back up and to get traction again, or I would have just slid out. Because it was just that slippery shit. And this thing, no, it didn't. It wouldn't let the wheel go any faster. It kept spinning faster than the front, but not so fast that you wipe out. It's really impressive. I really like the traction control in this off-road mode. Okay, so let's have a stop here. stop and a bit of a look at my awesome machine. It's dirty. I think I'm pretty happy with the Barrett exhausts. Happy with that. Giant Loop Mojave bags actually sit pretty well on there. I've had to take the grab handles off. I don't know if you can see, guys, in here. This is the strap that secures the Mojave saddlebag on. At first I thought I'd just click it around there, but it was too close to there and it just was a bit sloppy. So what I did was I fed it under here, and I don't know if you can see there, I've got it hooked in there, so I've got it hooked in, up and around to secure it, and that just keeps it nice and tight. As you can see, it works pretty well. I think a pillion can be on there quite comfortably with these bags. I haven't tried my Giant Loop Coyote bag yet, but I will. Now I've got on here, I've got the Giant Loop whatever tank bag that is. That fits fine, haven't got any complaints about that. What I did last night until 1 o'clock in the morning, you probably won't be able to see it, but I put the clear paint protection film on. I've never done it before. I did it in sections, like even up there and over there, just to protect that. Yeah, whatever. I just thought it'd be something to do. Anyway, so that works pretty well. Okay, so I've done some puddles, some mud, some rocky stuff. Now I'm going to do some hills. Nothing crazy. None of it's been crazy today, but I know there's some relatively steep hills on this track, and just get a feel for it, really. We'll see how it goes. The clutch on this is quite light. I've got to get used to it again. Just one finger operation. Normally I use 2 fingers, but one finger is adequate, and allows me to keep a better grip of the bars. Okay, here we go. We've got some downhill and some uphill. Now I've got traction control, so I'm in off-road mode. So the back end can lock up. Oh, that's got substantially nastier compared to last time I was here. Oh yeah, the back is locking up a little bit, but so ABS will still kick in on the front. Yeah, it's all pretty easy, really. Although normally when I get a new bike or I want to try out a dirt bike, I tackle that. Let's not do that today. In fact, look, I mean, I'd get down it. I'd probably get up it, but at what cost? I mean, yeah, nah, fuck that. I'm not on a dirt bike anymore. I'm on an adventure bike. An adventure bike with an identity crisis, maybe. Yeah, these roads have really deteriorated. It's amazing, you know. There's just plenty of torque. It's just crawling up it without a problem. I'm impressed. ambulance is close by, good to know. Okay, so we've done dirt roads, we've done rocky terrain, we've done puddles, deep puddles actually, we've done mud, we've done dirt hills, we've done freeway yesterday, or the day before. Now it's time to do some twisties. Passing over a speed hump. Yeah.
That's what you can do on an adventure bike. It just seems wrong on knobbies. It's quite nice and comfortable. I mean, I don't want to be hitting it too hard. I've got knobbies on. It's an adventure bike. I didn't buy this to go fast on twisties. But it's just nice to know that, you know, it's just quite comfortable. Mind you, also, it's been 10 years, yeah, literally 10 years since I've been on a fast bike, on the road, on twisties. So, I will be taking it easy. I think I felt the tyres squirming a bit then. Road closed. Well, see, that's just... I mean, come on. They do something like this, you just got to do it, really, don't you? I mean... you know. One thing I have found with this bike is that on low steady throttle, under certain conditions, it gets like it pulses. Now, I don't know if that's just an EFI thing. I haven't had a fuel injected bike before, but it's like I don't know. It's just this pulsing thing going on. I mean, I'll get used to it. It's no big deal, but yeah, I just found that interesting. Let's stop for a. We'll stop for a vape. Neutral is still a cunt.